Get paid, young man, get paid.
Get paid, young man, get paid.
So we've talked a lot about this, but we're going to talk some more because Jordan Love just got a whole bunch of money. Does Jordan Love deserve to be the highest paid? Deserve, Shady?
I'm at a yes, but I'm at a no. I'm at both. This is the reason why. First of all, if you tell me that Trevor Lawrence is going to be the highest paid, right? I mean, it's a tie, but I mean, he's still the guy. If he's even nowhere up there in the close top, yeah, I think Jordan Love is a lot better than Trevor Lawrence, right? And he's still young. He's going to get better and better and better. I think that the future for the Packers is really, really bright. And Jordan Love has a lot to do with this. So, yes, I think he should get paid at the top of the market. Now, here's the no. You telling me that a player, a quarterback could, have 1 full year as a starter, right? And you could become the highest paid quarterback over dudes like the Burrows, the Lamar Jacksons, the Patrick Mahomes. That's why the system is messed up. Seriously, though, it's messed up. Like, I think he's a phenomenal player, a young phenomenal player. He's going to get better. But right now, it's like, why even tell my young protege or my young son or my young athletes to be great, right? Be elite. Well, you don't have to. Just be good for a couple of games, for a year, and I'm gonna get paid at the highest part of the game as the #1 quarterback being paid. So when you ask me these questions, it's like yes and no. Part of me as a player is like, yo, he deserves it because he's a good player, he's gonna get better. The market is the market. But then the no is like the market is wrong. The market is so wrong. It's like every other position, you have to be elite of the elite to jump over and be the #1 highest paid. We look at Tristan, the left tackle for the Bucks. Tristan Wirfs, right? So I played with him in Buffalo or in Tampa when he was a rookie, and we were like, "Yo, who the hell is this dude?" Right? Because you knew how good he was as a rookie. Now we get to 1 year left on your contract, and they keep talking about how the team are far apart. How? If he was a quarterback, it would be no question. Yeah. You're going to get your money. You only got to sit out. We're going to make sure you get your paper. But now it's a different position. We have to wait. CeeDee Lamb, he got to wait around. Is he going to get more than Justin Jefferson? Why is it a question? Because he was a quarterback, and he was Trevor Lawrence, right? And he was Joe Burrow, where you think it's a weight difference. They don't care about that as a quarterback. So all I'm saying is, when we look at how the system is set up for every other position other than a quarterback, it's awful.
Yeah, deserve is a big word for me. I don't like to use words like that, emotional type words, deserve, trust, respect. This is business, so we could just go to the numbers. Like a 100% injury rate. Obviously, nobody wants that, but this is the NFL. So at some point in your NFL career, you will get injured. We know that.
That's how it works.
That's how it works. You're also putting a whole lot of money into one position. So let's say that they're not injured, but they have a down year, like everybody does. Right. Well, now this one player where all this money is responsible for always having a great year. That's not a reasonable request. Just because you paid the money does not mean you're always going to get that output. This is athletes. These are not robots. This isn't a machine that you have to continuously put out the same level of repetition and consistency. This is a fear-based scale, what's happening with quarterback pay. And I'm not going to advocate for people getting paid less money because I'm not writing these checks. But it's just going to take a team standing on business to burst this bubble. And what I fear is these guys who are getting paid at the highest elite levels, who we know are not elite players, good players, but not elite. Jordan Love is not an elite player. He's a good player. He's had 1 year of start. We have 1 year of material to look at for him to now be the highest paid player in the NFL. Right. No matter which way you chop that up, that is a huge leap. Even for a team like Green Bay, who has seen this be successful before, which is part of the reason why I feel like this kind of happened. What I fear is this run will come to an end that will actually backfire completely on the quarterback position because trees don't grow to the sky. One of these players that's been played at an elite level is not going to give you elite output.
Right. True.
And then that is going to be a trickle-down effect to other players. Yeah. So that is what I fear is happening here. But, James, does Jordan deserve to be the highest paid quarterback?
I'm a shady on this one. It's yes and no. Because does he deserve to be paid the highest paid player? Yes, because that's what the NFL is showing us.
Right, so the market
you just said Trevor Lawrence, you just said Tua. Those dudes are making a lot of money. What Jordan Love has shown on tape, to me, Jordan Love is better than those two dudes, what he has shown on tape. Playing outside the X's and O's, he is going to be a phenomenal football player. But, we talking 1 year and you're the highest paid, I want to say in NFL history. Yeah, the history of the NFL, you are the highest paid player. That's where the system is broken. Because I truly believe that if we fix these quarterback numbers, the CeeDee Lambs, the Tristan Wirfs, the Jamar Chases, they will be able to get their bread as well because there's more than enough money to go around for these guys who have truly, truly earned it, who have been all pros, who have been dominant at their position, Pro Bowl players, right? If you talk Jamar Chase and CeeDee Lamb, you ain't getting out of the top 5 of the receivers in the National Football League. You're not. If you talk Jordan Love, you possibly could get out of the top 10 in the National Football League. It's just crazy to me that the quarterback money, no matter what you did, whether it's 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, no matter what you did, if you're the next man up, you deserve to be the highest paid. I do not agree with that. When I look at this list right now and I see the baddest man on the planet in Patrick Mahomes at number 11, number 11 in money. I don't care when he got paid. Number 11 in money, and he the baddest man on the planet.
You know,
that's a problem to me, and we got to get that stuff fixed.
You know who's not on that list? The number 2 baddest man on the planet?
Josh Allen.
Josh is not on there.
You got to go way far down. Tej, what do you think? Highest paid quarterback.
He deserves
highest paid
it.
player.
Number one, you deserve what somebody else is willing to give you.
100%.
So he deserves that.
No doubt.
And it's not Jordan Love's fault that they drafted him and he had to sit 3 years. It's not his fault that he had to sit behind one of the greatest quarterbacks that we've seen in Aaron Rodgers. When he got his opportunity, he showed he was ready.
He balled.
And at the halfway point of the season, there was many people. The Green Bay Packers will be in the market for a quarterback after this season. And then he turned it on. Last 10 games of the season, touchdown to interception ratio, Jordan Love first. Passer rating, first. Completion percentage, third. So we can say it's only his first year as a starter, but when his best was needed, he showed up. When they needed his best in the playoff games and down the stretch, that playoff game against the Dallas Cowboys, Jordan Love outplayed Dak Prescott when it mattered the most.
Yeah.
The next week when they played the San Francisco 49ers, he did his part. He played well. And so they're paying him for what they hope he can continue to do because what he's shown us, if you can do this in your first year as a starter, what are you going to do when you're comfortable?
Sure, you could argue that. You could also argue that for a significant part of the season, he wasn't ready and wasn't putting out high production. And throughout the season, he got better. So that would indicate he actually wasn't ready to be the starter. He worked his way into it. And you could also argue this is 1 year. What happens if you lose a couple pieces? What happens when the pressure's on and you've been paid now, or we have to let some people go? We only have 1 year of tape on you. You have one season. No other position would be paid as the highest paid at their position off of one season of production.
You know what a team does, though? They always, Tristan Wirfs and CeeDee, the salary cap. That's an excuse. That's an excuse.
But
and we fall for it. And they always bring up the salary cap so that the fans have a understand. No, there's always room to, like, if the Cowboys really want to get those dudes signed, they'd get them signed. But, the salary, no. You're just taking long. You can sign your best players, every single team, if you choose to. But they hide behind the salary cap when that's not true.
But this is the thing with the quarterbacks. Like, and I'm going to say it again. Like, I want everybody to get their money, right? Forget the owners. We want their money. I get it. But when we really watch every other position, can you name another position, right, where you don't have to be an all-pro, you don't have to be even a Pro Bowler, you don't have to start for a whole bunch of years, and I can say, you know what, I'm going to make you the highest paid position in football. It don't happen.
It's only the quarterback.
Only the quarterback. So when you ask me, dog, problem with the year, like, this young man deserves to get paid, but you're trying to get paid at the top of the market with no Pro Bowls, like, why we even have it then? When I was a rookie, right, I wanted to start and I wanted to learn, right? The next year, I'm like, all right, it's time for me to be the Pro Bowl. It's time for me to be. So I started putting all these things together, though. All pros and all that. Like, why even have it if it don't matter?
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying.
It matters. It just don't matter for the quarterbacks.
So look, all I'm saying is with the whole system, the system is broke. Treat every position like the quarterbacks. If you the top of the top and it's time for a contract extension, you could jump over him because you're elite. Like CeeDee Lamb and Justin Jefferson is a prime example. There should be no argument. Listen, yes, JJ, he's better than CeeDee Lamb. Let's just say he is, right? But he's not way better. You get what I'm saying? And the numbers are right there. I should be able to jump in with no issues. The same way how Jordan Love can jump over Joe Burrow. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's why I just hate this whole thing about the money thing, because it makes no sense where the NFL was going with this.
Yeah. I love it. I do. I love it because the blood, sweat, and tears, like people.
What you love exactly?
I love the fact that these dudes can make this type of money because there's so much that we go through and the player to get ready to play a season.
No doubt.
Like, and so for them to get this money, it's great because if you can pay me this, what are you making?
So,
but that's not.
What about the other ones?
Yeah,
what about a guy like Josh Jacobs, who can lead the NFL in rushing, though? That means I'm the best running back in the game.
And not getting no contract.
He didn't even get a contract offer. They didn't offer nothing. Or a guy like Saquon Barkley could be the best player, the most popular guy on the team, and the garbage quarterback gets paid. Or better yet, Baker Mayfield. #1 pick overall, right? Everybody thinks we'll be. Hold on, because you say you love it. I want you to hear my examples and tell me if you still love it. Baker Mayfield, in the real world of football, #1 pick overall. We thought he was this, we thought he was that. All this cool stuff. Found out you cool, you okay. And your best year, you take a team 9-8 in the division, you barely get in the playoffs, and we gonna pay you $100 million? Geno Smith. Wait, let me slow it down. In the world where Geno Smith was just regular. You have a good year or so, and we can give you, what, 85? You get what I'm saying? I could keep going. Trevor Lawrence, for God's sakes, was supposed to be so great. The Prince, they call him, right? Played at Clemson, all these great players. We get to the league, you just okay. Because if I show you Gardner Minshew's numbers with his, you can't see the difference. But you going to be the highest paid quarterback in football? Tua, last one, because Tua's pretty good now. Because before he got this coach, before he got Tyreek Hill, nobody wanted to see Tua. Nobody. The owner or his agent. Nobody wanted, right? But now you could be the highest paid. So all I'm saying is, if you're going to get a quarterback all this money, I'm cool with that. But treat these other players the same way.
Go ahead. The quarterback position has been overvalued in a way to where when a quarterback isn't playing well, he doesn't have enough help. And as soon as you give him the help, it's, oh my God, this guy's really, I've always said this. What I love is that the players are able to make this type of money, right, wrong, or indifferent. I do agree that Jamar Chase now, you should jump Justin Jefferson.
Easy.
And then the next guy, because if it's good for the quarterback, why is it good for every other position?
The problem with these examples is all the guys that we're talking about, CeeDee, Justin Jefferson, Jamar Chase, are elite. There's not a question about how good they are. They've had years of high-level production. They are the most valuable, and in some cases, could be argued the best player on the offensive side of the ball. Like, there's not a question about how much they should be paid or if they should reset the market. What we're talking about, what's happened with the quarterback position, because it has been in some ways overvalued. And listen, obviously the quarterback position is immensely important. The drop-off from your starter to a backup is usually a massive gap. It's catastrophic when someone goes down. We get it. But it's been overvalued to the point where someone who people would have to make extremely compelling and empty arguments to get them into the top 10 are not only resetting the market, they're the highest paid player in history. So it's like the pendulum has clearly swung. And it's going to either take a team putting together a successful Super Bowl run without that, or an owner in an organization being like, you know what, we're willing to be bad. We're willing to take the risk of you never coming to camp. We're willing to not be as good as we could be with you because we're not going to not pay you, but pay you where you would slot in the way that other positions are paid.
And it is frustrating because as a player, quarterbacks do go through a lot, but they take the least amount of beating. Like, if we just go down the line of, you know what I'm saying, body on the line, taking the least amount of beating, like, number one, every single rule that's in play is to protect the dang quarterbacks. Defenders is tearing their ACLs to slow down so they don't hit the quarterback. That's number one, so they don't even really care about our health out there. Number two, you paying these dudes off of 1 year to go make the highest paid in the National Football League. And all Shady is saying is, as a running back, because I believe running backs, linebackers probably take the biggest beating, right? They get hit every play. Even if you don't get the ball, you got to block. You got to hit somebody, right? Josh Jacobs leads this league in rushing. The best running back, and you mean to tell me I'm playing on the franchise tag?
But you know why.
But this is the thing, though, because just like you said, you got these great players playing on the franchise tag, but when the quarterback don't play well, he needs these other great players to play well. You know what I'm saying? Like, we didn't see the best Tua until he got the baddest man on the planet in Tyreek Hill.
We've seen a running back be undrafted, get an opportunity.
We've seen quarterbacks be undrafted.
Very few. Very few do we see a quarterback drafted late or undrafted and turn out to be one of the best players at his position. We've seen running backs undrafted, 1,200 yards. We've seen receivers go late.
You saying
1,400 yards.
But that's the problem. You saying the best at their position. We've seen a bunch of dudes, free agent wide receivers, be average. We've seen a bunch of free agent quarterbacks be average. You know what I'm saying? So these dudes is getting paid off of 1 year, 2 years, or even if you've been in the league for 4 years like Trevor Lawrence, but looked average.
We paying these dudes on potential.
Can I ask you this? Oh, man.
Potential.
I'm starting that word. So, I don't know what, because I heard you're a good teammate, right? And
I like to think so.
Right? And I think you're good. I want your team, but you're a good person, though, right? But dudes that play with you, say he was a good teammate. And you had Chad, so, Chad said you was a great teammate, so I figured. But my thing is, if I'm on a team with a guy like, and so many of these guys not that good, they get money. Let me pick one of them. Oh, I'm going to pick Daniel Jones. Let's pick Daniel Jones. Yeah. If I'm on his team, right? And I know you're the weakest link on this offense. Think about this, though. You're the highest paid player on the offense, and you're the weakest link on the offense. I can't look at you in the same light like, yo. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's outside of me, you're going to be pissed.
But I don't think Jordan Love falls into this category.
No.
No, but I'm just saying.
Jordan Love the best player on the team.
We talking about
Daniel Jones?
Yeah.
But it's not about Jordan Love
It's the
or Trevor Lawrence or Daniel Jones. Like, they're not holding nobody up, making them pay this money, and they should get every single dollar that someone is willing to pay them. They shouldn't be giving money back. Like, this is the only time you can make this money in your life. Nobody here is signing these checks. It's not coming out of my account. But the point of the matter is that the position has been so overvalued that you don't have to actually put together a resume to be paid higher than anyone has ever been paid in the history of the sport. I just don't think that's sustainable.
It's not.
Can I just ask a crazy question? Is Brock Purdy going to leapfrog all them?
So Brock Purdy is interesting. We'll probably talk about this throughout the season. I think yes, but I do think it depends on how this season goes. Because San Francisco is uniquely built, and Shanahan has the resume to say that I can win with anyone, that maybe that won't happen. I think it will, and they're planning to pay him.
You use just what he's been doing the last 2 years. He's been good. His last 2 years, he's been really, really good.
Yeah.
Just use that. What you think will happen if he just plays next year? If he plays this year like he played the last 2 years?
No, of course he will. Then he will. Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So like.
But I'm saying that because it's the Niners, if he did have a bad year, they are the type of team that could go to the table and say, we're not going to do that. But I still think he will get paid.
Yeah, because the way the Niners are worked out with roster-wise, even if he plays average, they're going to get into the playoffs. You know what I'm saying? And with what he's done coming from a Super Bowl, being a really good player,
highest paid?
he's easily. It's not even a question. Jordan Love did it for 1 year. I've been at this thing for 2 years and been to a Super Bowl and beat Jordan Love in the playoffs.
For sure.
Now it's my turn. I'm
and I think Brock Purdy will, and they're clearly planning on paying him. I just think that the Niners, if they wanted to be that team, would be a team that's built to say, we're going to pay you the money that we want to pay you, and we're going to keep this roster together.
The Niners could be the team to say, hold on with this money with these quarterbacks.
Yeah, they could be.
It's crazy, though.
We'll
like Brandon, you can't get a contract.
Yeah.
I just hate how this game is played. Because it's not like we hating on the quarterbacks, because I love all the quarterbacks. But it's like, man, they not even the best at their game. They're not the best at the market.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if we're not talking about the elites getting paid. No one's talking about that. Joe Burrow deserves to be at the top of that list. Jared Goff deserves to be at the top of that list. Lamar Jackson deserves to be up there. But when you don't even have Josh Allen on the list, and Patrick Mahomes is down at 11, and really, I understand you don't reset the market every year. You're not going to get a new contract every year. You're going to slide down at some point, and then you'll get your new deal, and you'll go back up. It's the names in between that are clearly, this is an overcorrection.
I'm just saying the rate.
And what do you tell a guy like Brandon Ayuk, though? You know what I'm saying? So, like, everything you want me to do, when you drafted me, did you think I would be an all-pro? Did you think I would be this, I'll be that? Because you don't know, right? So now, I'm everything you thought I was going to be, right? Everything you want to be, I'm that, and a little bit more. And when it's time for me to get a contract, let's slow down. Let me just see what the market say. But if it's a quarterback that don't hit these escalators of being an all-pro, Pro Bowler, or having this many yards, you still pay me at the top of the market. Do you get what I'm saying now?
No, I don't
The
disagree
last question I'm
with
gonna ask you, right? Because I asked you something earlier.
Yeah.
You said you loved it.
Yeah.
So when I break all this down, do you still love the idea of how to say the system is working?
No, I love the fact that the guys can get paid. Now, the system of I'm not better than you, but I make more than you. If it's me, I still love it. But if I'm another player and I haven't been paid, I'm like, bro, what's going on? Like, what is going on? And this is never going to end because the quarterback position has been valued to be so high that when you don't have one, I'd rather overpay somebody that may not be the guy than trying to keep finding the guy.
I'm cool with all of them getting paid.
I done bit my tongue into this craziness.
All the other positions should be getting paid too, especially if you're at the elite of the elite, man. So we saying in 5 years, these dudes gonna be making like 65 million, 70.
Yeah, they're gonna be making 60 million next year.
CJ Stroud will be at 65.
He deserves
They're gonna be making
There's
60.
other dudes that ain't gonna have no Pro Bowls, no all pros.
Yeah.
No.
I tend to disagree. I think there's some names on this list that could really change the market. Subscribe here to get the latest from Speak, and go watch a few segments from our other shows on FS1.